conscious or just something that happens organically in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I've said all along, obviously, it's part of my game, and I like to kind of assess the opposition on the game day and see how they're setting up, see where the space is. And I felt today, especially in the first half, with them playing with two midfielders, the space was in behind them. And obviously, I managed to get into a few pockets, not just me, but Mason, Raz, Bukayo, and we was causing them problems. So, I mean, it's part of my game, dropping deep, but like I've said, it's always depending on how the opposition set up.
Okay, Sami Mokbel.
Hi, Harry.
Hi.
A lot of the questions before the game were how you'd respond as a team when you went behind. Obviously, you responded pretty emphatically tonight. What does that say about the team's belief?
Yeah, I mean, we said all along, kind of into the build-up, we can talk as much as we want and talk about how we've learned from 2018, and it's about doing it on the pitch, and we definitely showed that today. Like I said, first time we've been behind. Credit to them, it was a great free kick. But we stayed calm, there was no panic. We kept the ball, we kept getting into spaces. We actually created a few more chances just after that. Schmeichel made a great save from Raheem, and then obviously we managed to get the breakthrough. And then, yeah, I mean, the second half, we controlled it well. We had a few half chances. But look, these games are about character, they're about digging in, about belief, and we definitely have that as a squad. So this will just give us more going into Sunday now.
Thanks. I mean, next to Javier Caceres.
Hi, Harry. I would ask you to share some thoughts on Italy. I don't know if you have seen the game yesterday against Spain, their win on the one hand. And the other thing is, across Europe, there's quite a discussion on the penalty, whether it was a foul or not. I don't know if you had clear sight on it and if it was enough of a contact to award a penalty to your team.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Italy are obviously a great side. They've had a great tournament so far. Obviously, defensively, got a great record and got some amazing attacking players as well. So we're going to have to be obviously fully prepared for what they bring. In terms of the penalty, from live, I thought it was a penalty. Obviously, I haven't seen it back yet. But I mean, I thought I should have had a penalty as well in the second half. So that's football. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. It probably evened itself out throughout the game today.
Thanks, Javi. Duncan Wright.
Hi, Harry. Congratulations. Can you just sum up your feelings of leading this team and the reaction in the stadium afterwards? Sum it up for us.
Yeah, it's hard to sum up into words, if I'm totally honest. I've said as a footballer, as a professional, it's always just about the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. And it's really sometimes hard to take it all in, take in the crowd, take in obviously everyone at home watching. Yeah, so sometimes, like nights like tonight, you just have to be there with the fans, sing with the fans. We know we haven't won nothing yet, but you have to enjoy nights like these. You have to enjoy winning, which we've done well in this tournament. But of course, there's always that feeling in the back of your mind that we've got one more to go. So we don't want to get too carried away. But I'm extremely proud to obviously be the captain of the side. We've shown great resilience. We're a credit to each other, not just the players who play, but the whole squad, the staff. And look, we're excited for obviously a final on our home ground.
Thanks, Duncan. Alex Howell, BBC Sport.
Hi, Harry. Congratulations. Do you think the way you managed the game at the end shows how you've grown as a team? And how tempting was it to go for that third goal?
Yeah, definitely. That was a great sign of what we're about. Obviously, there was a couple of times where you thought about maybe running into the box, trying to get the third. But look, that shows the team, this unselfishness of the team. It was all about winning today. And I think we ended up keeping it for a good few minutes towards the end of the game and really killed Denmark off. So, yeah, look, that's part and parcel of winning. You have to be brave in them moments, get on the ball, trust each other. And that's what we've done today. So, but like I said, full credit to Denmark. They gave us a great game. They've been a credit to themselves throughout the whole tournament, so they should be proud. But of course, it was our night tonight, so we should enjoy it.
Thanks, Alex. Joe Prince-Wright, NBC Sports.
Hi, Harry. Congratulations on the win. Obviously, for you, the tournament started slowly, but now it's all about a team of. Have you got your eye on that gold boot? You've already got one from the Premier League this season. Are you thinking about getting a couple in the final to take the golden boot home as well as a trophy?
Well, I mean, golden boots are always a bonus, and of course, if I end up winning that, it means I'll probably end up scoring 1 or 2 goals in the final, which gives our team a great chance of winning the whole thing, which is the ultimate goal and obviously all of our aims. So, yeah, look, if we end up winning it and I don't win a golden boot, I'm not going to be too fussed if I'm totally honest. You know, as a striker, you want to help your team, and obviously scoring goals is a big part of that. So, thankfully, I've been able to do that so far in this tournament. And yeah, we go into Sunday with loads of confidence. So let's see what happens.
Thanks, Joe. We've got time for 2 more, starting with Simon Peach and PA.
Congratulations, Harry. You're going to be the second man in history to lead England out in the final. You're doing it at Wembley, following in the footsteps of Bobby Moore. Can you just sum up, can you even sum up what that's going to feel like and the opportunity that you've got?
No, it's going to be an amazing occasion for sure. Like I said, extremely proud to be leading the boys out in any game for England, no matter making history and getting to our first final. So, yeah, I mean, as the game gets closer, I'm sure the excitement and the nerves will kick in, and it's going to be a special day. But of course, there's going to be a winner and a loser, so we've got to make sure we're on that winning side. We want it to be a special day for everyone, gone after the 90 minutes as well, after the 120 minutes. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I know all the boys are buzzing. What an occasion to see the fans like they was after the game. So, yeah, it's hard to take it all in at the moment, but I'm sure we'll all enjoy it for sure.
Thanks, Simon. And we'll finish with Jonas Dalgaard from Bold DK.
Hi, Harry. This is Jonas from Danish media. You gave credit to the Danish team for the performance today. Can you elaborate how it felt playing against the Danish team and what you made of their performance?
Yeah, they're a really tough side. They played great football. We found it difficult at times to press them. They got out of the press pretty well and obviously created a couple of chances. So obviously they went 1-0 up with a great free kick. They got great individuals, but I think their biggest strength is just their togetherness. And I know a lot of people have been talking about Christian and what that's done to the team and galvanised the team. But to be honest, I think they've had that all along. You know, we played them in the Nations League, and they was very tough to break down. A very tough team. They don't get beaten too often, so we had to go the whole way today. We had to go into extra time to get the job done. So, like I said to them after, they should be proud of what they've achieved. That's football. Sometimes it goes one way or the other, and thankfully for us, it went our way today.
Okay, thanks everybody. We'll conclude it there.
Thank you.
Hej Kasper.
Hej.
Hej. Kasper Hjulmand,
Nå ja, det skal helst være øl eller sådan noget.
Welcome to this press conference. With us we have our national team coach Kasper Hjulmand and Martin Braithwaite, and we'll do a short introduction by Kasper, and then open for questions. When you ask in English, we'll answer in English. Og når I spørger på dansk, svarer vi på dansk. Kasper, vil du ikke sætte lidt ord?
Yeah, I think I'll do the first little part in English. So first of all, congratulations to England with the final. First of all, primarily I want to congratulate my colleague Gareth. I followed what the FA has done strategically, and especially how Gareth has led this team for a number of years now. How he works with the young players, how he gets involved, and how he behaves himself with the values he has, and how he represents and communicates is outstanding. So, congratulations, Gareth. I think you're doing a great job in a difficult job. So, congratulations. Ja, ellers er vi jo dybt skuffet, hvis jeg sådan lige skal. Det er enormt svært for mig det her, fordi jeg har lyst til at perspektivere det, og jeg har lyst til at prøve at fortælle om, hvordan jeg egentlig har det, måske om et døgn eller nogle timer. Vi er dybt skuffet. Vi er dybt skuffet over, at vi er så tæt på og have en mulighed for at komme i finalen. Og at det bliver afgjort på de omstændigheder. Jeg har læst international presse, hvor der også sådan ødelægger man en kamp på 1 minut. Løber forbi en bold, hvor bolden ligger inde på banen, og et straffe, som ikke er der, osv. Det er alle sammen ting, som gør en lige nu, gør mig bare irriteret. Så vi er skuffet. Vi er dybt skuffet. Når det er sagt, så har jeg den anden halvdel af mig, som er jeg kan ikke beskrive med ord, hvor stor beundring jeg har for det her hold. For den stab, der står bag. For de her spillere, som har været så meget igennem. Altså, vi har 2 fra staben, som har reddet et menneske, vores bedste ven og en af vores bedste spillere. Vi har kæmpet som sindssyge. Vi har spillet god fodbold. Vi har indgrebet sammen med Italien mest til den her slutrunde. Og så taknemmelighed for Danmark. Taknemmelighed for hele befolkningen. Vi havde brug for støtten. Vi havde brug for opbakningen på et tidspunkt, da det her skete. Og fra dag af, der har vi bare mærket opbakning og støtte og kærlighed. Og det har været fantastisk at mærke, og vi er dybt taknemmelige for det. Ærgerlig over, at vi ikke tog det sidste skridt ind i finalen, men en ting, jeg kan sige med sikkerhed, det er, at vi kommer til at angribe igen, og fremtiden er fyldt med håb og tro. De her gutter, de er outstanding, og hele landet, I kan være stolte af de her spillere. Sørg for at give dem alt den kærlighed og respekt, I kan de næste dage, det er bare en fantastisk gruppe, som har gjort mig outstanding, altså helt vildt stolt, og de har også gjort Danmark stolte. Så kæmpe respekt fra min side til det her fodboldhold, de her spillere. Fantastisk.
Tusind tak, Kasper. Vi åbner for et par spørgsmål på dansk først fra Mikkel Lundby fra Ritzau. Værsgo, Mikkel.
Jamen, så vil jeg spørge Martin, om han kan følge Kasper Hjulmand i det, han siger. Altså, det I har præsteret ved den her slutrunde, det sammenhold, I har vist, det gode fodboldspil, I har vist. Er det ikke noget, der giver jer håb om, at der ligger noget endnu større venter for jer og for de danske fodboldfans i de kommende år?
Jo, selvfølgelig. Der er ikke nogen tvivl om, at vi lige skal slutte den her. Og så, som Kasper også siger, så angriber vi igen. Og selvfølgelig er der en stolthed. Men vi er sindssygt skuffet nu, fordi vi har virkelig troet på, at der var mere i det. Og specielt måden, som vi taber på i dag, det gør det lidt sværere at rigtig forstå. Fordi jeg følte ikke, at det var en helt fair måde. Men ja, jeg skal passe på med, hvad jeg siger. Men vi er skuffet. Men 100%, når vi lige kommer over det her, så angriber vi igen. Vi har en fantastisk gruppe, og hele landet er bag os, og selvfølgelig kan vi gøre noget stort.
Tak Mikkel. Vi tager et spørgsmål fra Mads Velas fra Ekstrabladet. Mads, værsgo.
Med det her straffespark. Der er 2 bolde på banen, og det viser sig også, at Smeichel får læserlys i øjnene. Hvad tænker I om hele det her, som du selv nævner, ødelægger simpelthen kampen? Jeg ser ikke, om du er henne og protesterer til dommeren i den sekvens, eller fjerdommeren.
Jo, altså jeg er jo inde 5 sekunder før, at Raheem Sterling løber forbi en bold, der ligger inde på banen, og jeg til fjerdommeren og siger, der ligger en bold på banen, og han er jo hurtigt nok til at fløjte spillet af, da det senere er en bold på banen. Men du må ikke løbe forbi en bold, der ligger på banen, når den har indflydelse på spillet, når du er så tæt på. Der skal man fløjte kampen af, og så selve straffet er jo... Altså, jeg kan ikke se det. Jeg kan simpelthen ikke se det straffe. Det er helt tydeligt, at han lader benet hænge og falder ned, ikke? Men jeg ved godt, at det lyder sådan lidt nu her, men jeg kan ikke lade være med at have den følelse, og jeg synes, det er... Jeg synes, det er hårdt. Og en ting er at tabe en kamp. Det kan man godt, men på den her måde, det synes jeg er rigtig, rigtig ærgerligt, og også synd for gutterne, fordi de har med lagt noget i det. Så ja, det er bittert. Det er bittert. Vi skal nok lige på den anden side af de her ting, de her følelser, der er nu, før vi kan være... Måske putte tingene rigtigt i perspektiv, men det er simpelthen en bitter måde at få lavet turneringen på.
Tak Mads. Vi tager et spørgsmål fra Patrick fra TV2. Patrick, værsgo.
Ja, tak. Ja, det er selvfølgelig et afgørende moment, som du har sat ord på her, Kasper, men hvis du ellers skal prøve at sætte lidt mere på, hvad det var, der blev afgørende i dag for udfaldet og det kampforløb, der blev.
Jamen, det var jo det. Ellers havde den været 1-1. Og så er der ikke til at sige, hvad der skete. Altså, det er da rigtigt, at vi mistede jo noget initiativ i løbet af anden halvleg, synes jeg, og vi kom til at løbe lidt for meget efter. Men jeg ved, at lige på den anden side af det, der er kun på et spørgsmål om tid, så vil vi finde roen igen i spillet, og vi kunne komme om på den anden side, eller slå en kontra. Altså, det er jo målene, der fortæller historien. Og målet er jo afgørende. Det er jo det, der er afgørende. Ja. Så jeg synes, at det er klart, at vi havde... Der er ingen tvivl om, at vi skal finde bolden noget mere i løbet af anden halvleg. Vi skal finde rummene, og vi skal være køligere med den, og alle de her ting. Men jeg er også sikker på, at det havde vi fundet igen. Men altså, igen, vi har spillet med enorm intensitet. Vi er det næst mest afsluttende hold i turneringen efter Italien, inden de her semifinaler startede. Både mål på antal og per minut spillet, og vi har... spillet med så meget passion og så meget hjerte og så meget udstråling og så meget personlighed som hold og som enkelt spiller, der bare har givet alt. Og det er jo en fantastisk gruppe, der har fyret den af, men det er jo klart, at vi er skuffet lige nu.
Tak Patrick. Vi tager lige et spørgsmål fra Søren Lisner fra Politikken, and then we'll take a few international ones afterwards.
Ja, hvordan oplevede I situationen med Joachim Mæhle efterfølgende, som har spillet så stor en turnering, og så bliver fanget i noget, som jeg tror ikke nogen danskere synes var et straffespark?
Altså, ja, jeg tror allerede, vi har svaret på det. Der er ikke nogen at klandre for det, fordi der var ikke straffespark i vores øjne, og selvom hvis der var, så er der ikke noget Mæhle at gøre. Altså, det er lidt hårdt dømt, og altså, jeg tænker slet ikke over, at det var noget med Mæhle at gøre. Jeg ved ikke engang, om han dømmer den på Mæhle, eller om han dømmer den på Mathias. Det ved vi ikke, fordi vi ved ikke rigtig, hvem der rammer ham. Men altså, Mæhle har været fantastisk, og det har været en kæmpe oplevelse for alle sammen at se ham i den her turnering, og det er også det, folk vil huske, når de tænker på den her turnering.
Yeah, then we'll take a few international questions. Javier from Süddeutsche Zeitung.
Yeah, I have one question for Martin. Martin, bearing in mind what happened today, bearing in mind the crowd, the atmosphere in the stadium, bearing in mind what happened with the penalty, if you had an Italian friend who to play on Sunday, what would you tell him?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
What would you tell if you had an Italian friend who was due to play a final in Wembley in a similar atmosphere? What would you tell him, bearing in mind the crowd, the atmosphere in the stadium, and the penalty you received in the end of the game.
I just tell them to go and play the game because that's what we did today, and we almost won. Just the penalty decided the game, so I would just say they have to go and play the game.
Thank you. Gabriel from ESPN.
Jeg fatter det ikke.
Congratulations. I'm not going to ask about the penalty. I had the impression that you made a lot of changes earlier in the game, and after playing extremely well right up until sort of the end of the 90 minutes, maybe you lost a little after that. Was that a function of players being tired? The trip to obviously the trip back from Baku, was that a factor? And would you still make those changes when you made them?
The only one, of course, is the last one where after the penalty kick, I had one left. So after the penalty kick, there was 15 minutes left. We played with 3 centre backs. I took off Yannick and put a striker in. So we played 4-3-3 in our normal system. And just the minute after, Matthias was injured and was taken out, so we played with 10. It's incredible that happened, but you can always say should have done that. The others, there was a lot of struggles. Delaney had an injury. Andreas Christensen had an injury. He had to go out. There was a lot of tired legs. So some of them were, I think only one of them was actually, a tactical, not a tactical, but a player who could play more. The rest was a lack of intensity.
Thank you. Vi tager de sidste 2-3 spørgsmål her. Patrick igen fra TV2. Patrick, værsgo.
Jeg kan komme hvis der. Martin, det er et spørgsmål til dig. I har brugt den her Olsen-banden-reference. Du skal I så hjem og ikke videre. Det endte ikke med det her store kuk, ligesom det også sjældent gør for Olsen-banden, desværre. Men kan du prøve at sætte nogle ord på, hvad det har været for 3,5 uge nu, siden den første kamp inde i parken mod Finland? Hvordan har de været for dig?
Lige nu, når alting lige er sket, ikke, så er man bare sindssygt skuffet. Der er sket så mange fantastiske ting, ikke? Og vi har haft så mange store oplevelser, men lige efter kampen, så er det skuffelse, man mærker. Selvfølgelig er vi taknemmelige for al den støtte. Det har været helt sindssygt og virkelig mærke, hvordan landet har været bag os. Det har været noget, man aldrig oplevet før, og det har været rørende for hele holdet. Det har været fantastisk, og man har været stolt af at være dansker og være en del af det her. Men alle er skuffet lige nu. Vi er konkurrencemennesker, og vi vil have været i den finale. Så lige nu, så føles den helt sådan en stor skuffelse.
Tak, Patrick. Vi tager et spørgsmål fra Mikkel fra Ritzau. Mikkel Lundby, værsgo.
Jeg vil bare gerne have begge to til at sætte nogle ord på den præstation, som Kasper Schmeichel leverer i dag, og han virker jo til at gøre alt for at prøve at få jer i den finale på søndag.
Jamen, Kasper var fantastisk i dag. Altså, jeg synes, han har igennem hele turneringen sådan, løftet, og her i aften, der var han bare, havde simpelthen fantastiske redninger. Samtidig har han jo den der udstråling og den fightervilje, og han vil gøre hvad som helst. Han vil kunne også finde på at løbe op og forsøge at score, hvis det skulle være. Altså, han vil gøre hvad som helst for at vinde de her kampe, og det smitter. Så kæmpe præstationer, Kasper. Desværre var det ikke nok, men han gjorde i hvert fald sit helt fantastisk gjort.
Martin, vil du supplere lidt?
Ja, Kasper, det er vildt nok at sige, men det er sgu bare som det plejer. Altså, han holder os altid ind i kampen, føler jeg. Jeg har ikke noget minde af ham have en dårlig kamp. Selvfølgelig tænker man altid på målscoren og så videre. Nogle gange bliver målmændene glemt, men du kan se, at alle de kampe, vi har haft, har han haft vigtige redninger. Og det vil han fortsætte med, fordi det gør han altid. Du vinder ikke kun kampe på at have målscore, du vinder også på at have gode spillere, men især også en god målmand, fordi alle kampe, vi har vundet, de vigtige kampe, der har han altid haft sindssygt vigtige redninger, så vi er sindssygt heldige at have så god en målmand på vores hold.
Tak til Patrick. Vi tager de sidste 2-3 spørgsmål her. Jonas fra Bold. Værsgo, Jonas.
Tak for det. Jeg kunne godt tænke mig at høre lidt om oplevelsen ved at komme herover på Wembley og spille, efter I har haft hjemmebane, som I har kaldt de sidste alle kampe i EM. Hvordan var det at spille her på Wembley, og havde det nogen indflydelse på spillet?
Altså, jeg ved ikke, nu kan Martin svare bagefter. For mig er det bare fedt. Altså, det er ikke, om det er det ene eller det andet. Selvfølgelig kunne jeg godt have tænkt mig, at som det er til knockout-kampe normalt til det hjemme, at den ene halvdel havde været rød og hvid, og den anden havde været med engelske fans. Men det var jo ligesom en hjemmekamp. Alt var lagt i scene, som om, at det var en hjemmekamp. Og det var en hjemmekamp for England. Og det var ikke kun fansene, men det var også fra, hvad der kom ud af mikrofonerne og alle de her ting. Ikke? Så det var sat op, men det motiverer. Hvis du fisker efter, at det var... jeg tror kun, at det animerede os. Jeg tror kun, at det fik os på stikkerne. Alle nyder, at der er fans på lægterne. Men selvfølgelig kunne vi godt have tænkt os 30.000 danskere, hvis vi havde haft muligheden.
Jeg er helt enig med Kasper. Altså, som fodboldspiller vil du spille foran fans. Altså, det er fansene, der gør det specielt at være fodboldspiller, og det er dem, vi spiller for. Når vi går ud uden fans, er det bare ikke det samme. Så vi er glade for at bare have fans på stadion, men selvfølgelig vil vi gerne have haft nogle flere danskere med, nu når det var en semifinal, og selvfølgelig, når man spiller hjemme, så kan man have en form for indflydelse på kampen, og jeg tror også, det var en af de ting, der gjorde, at vi måske ikke vandt i dag. Jeg snakker ikke om spillet, men jeg skal passe på med, hvad jeg siger.
Steffen Gronemann fra BT får lov til at stille dagens sidste spørgsmål. Steffen, værsgo.
Ja, hej. Den her, først og fremmest til Kasper. Var det her en once in a lifetime situation? Altså at være så tæt på en finale ved en stor slutrunde, eller hvad er dine tanker omkring det?
Det ved man jo aldrig. Altså slutrunder er jo finurlige. Der kan ske mange ting. Der er både lodtrækninger og alle mulige andre ting, og de her knockout-kampe er jo meget lige. Men min fornemmelse er, at vi kan gøre det igen. Min fornemmelse er, at jeg tror, at vi kan komme til at blive endnu bedre. Og der er ingen tvivl om, når vi lige har sundet os, og når vi mødes igen til september, hvor vi jo faktisk sådan inden for de næste 3 år har 2 slutrunder, vi kan kvalificere os til. Så har vi fået blod på tanden. Man skal huske på, at nogle af de her hold, som kommer hele vejen, de har nogle gange lige haft et tilløb. England var også i en semifinal sidst, kommer også til igen, og der er ingen tvivl om, vi tror på det her hold. Jeg tror sindssygt meget på det her hold. Jeg tror rigtig meget på den kvalitet, vi har, og jeg tror, vi kan blive endnu bedre. Men man ved det jo ikke. Altså, det er jo ikke, det er i knockout-kampe, der kan mange ting ske, og der som jeg siger, der er lodtrækning og alle mulige andre ting, og held og marginaler. Sådan er det i fodbold. Men jeg tror på, at der venter store ting med det her hold.
Og på den måde slutter vi med at kigge lidt længere frem i tiden. Tak for, at I var med. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
team.
Press Association.
Congratulations, Gareth. Nice bit of feedback again, as always. What does this mean to you, the team, and the nation? Nice, easy question for you.
Well, I think I can answer for the team. They've responded to what was always going to be a really challenging night. You know, we were so smooth through the quarterfinal, and you know, relatively unscathed through the second round. So we knew that at some point we were going to concede and we would have to respond. Denmark have had an incredible tournament. I mean, I've got to give them huge credit. I thought they made it really difficult for us tonight. They pressed us so well, scored a fabulous goal. The boy's a super player. And but I think on the balance of play, you know, when you look at the number of saves we forced the goalkeeper to make and long periods of the game where I felt we were the biggest threat, I think we deserved it. And yeah, for our country, I mean, I've not heard this new Wembley like that ever. And to be able to share that with everybody and share it with everybody at home is very special.
Thanks, Simon. Sammy Mockbell, Daily Mail.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Sammy.
It must have been pretty torturous for you that whole 120 minutes. Can you talk a bit about the emotional roller coaster that you personally went through?
Well, I felt calm in the lead up to the game because I felt that the players, with what they've been through over the last few years, were ready. And you're never 100% sure how they'll react in those difficult moments, but we have talked about it and they stayed calm. I didn't think we kept the ball well enough through Denmark's pressure from their front three, and we're going to have to do that better on Sunday because Italy are very good at it. So we need to find better solutions with that. But we found a way to win, and we found a way to find the spaces further forward. Once we'd got into their half, we were a threat all night. All of our wide players, Raheem, Bukayo, Jack, Phil when he came on, Mason, you know, those players that got in between the lines or were in those one-against-one situations wide, they were a real handful, and we managed to create good openings. I thought the goalkeeper for them had a fantastic game. He's a top goalkeeper. But we found a way to win. The second half of extra time, I think it took us a while to realise actually just to keep the ball was the easiest way to finish the game off. It took us 5 minutes to work that out, and then we got clued into it. So we invited more pressure in that initial period than we needed to. No, huge credit. These players have been immense from the first day we met up at Middlesbrough. The whole group, the boys that didn't make the final cut, the group that have been here together, all of the staff, they deserve what's been a really special night.
Alex Howell, BBC Sport.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Just wanted to touch on the end of the game, on the team keeping the ball. How proud of you of how they dealt with the end of the game, and how were you trying to get your message onto them to keep it better when it got to that point?
Well, understandably, given how long we've all waited for a moment like this, when you're ahead, there's a tendency to sit. We changed the shape because we know that Denmark in those moments have thrown 4 players into the box, and we needed to keep pressure on high up the pitch, but to be able to have the numbers to defend those balls into the box. But it took the players a while to really recognise they were then a man down, and there were opportunities to keep the ball better than we were. So, but look, it's human nature. You're in a moment that none of us have been that close before, and totally understand why it took the players a little while. But when they did lock onto that, then they kept the ball really well through that period and managed the game really well.
Thanks, Alex. Dan Kilpatrick, Standard. Dan, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. I just want to ask you about Italy. Do you feel that's going to be the biggest test for your players so far, and particularly in terms of the experience they have at centre half and Bonucci and Chiellini? You know, how kind of canny do your forwards have to be to get the better of those two?
Well, the whole team, you've only got to see. I mean, I think Denmark have only lost 4 matches out of 30 odd. Italy's record is even better than that. They've been a top team for the last couple of years. We've followed their progress closely. We know the way they play. They play with great energy. They play with great style. They're, as always, difficult to score goals against. So, you know, that without doubt they deserve to be in the final. They've beaten 2 top teams to get there in Belgium and Spain. So it's the biggest possible test we could have with a day less to recover. But we've got to prepare from now, and of course it's wonderful to have that opportunity to take them on.
Thanks, Dan. Simon Evans, Reuters.
Hi, Gareth. Just on the first time the team have been behind in a game, and they seem to handle that obviously very well and reacted to it. But also just going towards the end of the 90, the sort of last 10 minutes of the game, there didn't seem to be an excessive panic about going into extra time. Was that something you were saying to the team, that you got a good bench, you got a lot of energy left to win it in 120 if need be?
Well, what we said to them before the game is that they've found ways to win matches over the last 3 or 4 years in whatever circumstances it's taken. So whether that's been leading from the front, whether that's been having to come from behind, whether that's taken extra time, penalties, they've found those solutions, and we wanted them to have the confidence in that. And so I felt we were very dominant in that period, the last half an hour of normal time. And of course, the extra time, I think we had a bit more legs, a bit more energy, and you know, Denmark made a lot of changes early on in the game and weren't able to change later. So, but the strength of our bench has been an asset. There's no question about that, and the depth of the squad is why we are where we are, and the mentality of the squad is why we're in the position we're in.
Paul Joyce, Times.
Hi, Gareth. Is it possible to check which players have ended the night with knocks? And also, could I just ask you about the substitution of Jack? It's a very brave substitution, but I guess at that point, it was just what's best for the team.
Yeah. At the moment, it seems like everybody's come through the game okay in terms of injuries. But I'm not sure this is the best moment to assess everything. So anyway, they're not reporting anything. Yeah, we felt that we know the way Denmark have gone in their previous matches. They've had very clear strategies when they've been behind. They've gone with 4-2-4 basically and thrown everybody forward. And we needed to keep pressure on at the front, but to have the numbers there to deal with the balls in the box. And in the end, Raheem was causing so many problems and was so difficult to play all night that it was going to have to be Phil or Jack to come off. And yeah, we made that decision. Not an easy one, but Jack has totally understood it. And in the end, he said to me, "Well, Gaffer, it doesn't matter. Not really bothered, really. We've got to the final." But I must say, I thought he had absolutely the impact we were looking for at the moment when he came into the game. I mean, Bukayo had actually settled into the game. He started a bit nervously, but he was playing well. But we just felt that Jack could give us even more at that moment. And Raheem running at Vestergaard on the other side was a change we fancied seeing as well. So all of those attacking players with Harry as well gave a fantastic contribution tonight.
Okay, Jonas Daugard, Denmark.
Hi, Gareth. We just had the Danish press conference, and both Kasper Hjulmand and Martin Braithwaite felt a bit unfairly treated in the situation with the penalty, and whether there was a ball on the field as well. How did you see that, and do you understand that they can feel unfairly treated?
Yeah, look, I think I saw the ball on the pitch, so I wasn't sure how that would be dealt with, but I saw a game in England before where that happened and the goal wasn't disallowed. I haven't really seen the penalty situation, but a lot of people have asked me the same question. But I think on the statistics of the game, the number of saves, I mean, Kasper had an incredible game in goal, and I think we had the better of the chances and we created far more chances. So probably on the balance of the game, I think we deserved it. But if you're to say to me that the penalty was soft, I can understand. I'd also just say I think Denmark have had an incredible tournament. I was talking to Simon Kjær at the end. His leadership, the way the team have played, the way they've responded to everything that's happened to them has been immense. They gave us an incredible game. We knew it was going to be difficult. We knew that before the autumn. We knew that from the games in the autumn. And they've got some very, very good players, and the coach has done a fantastic job. So they played an incredible tournament.
Thanks. Rob Harris, AP.
Hi, Gareth. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you had a chance to deliver a message to your players yet about the scale of this achievement on the pitch or anywhere, obviously, all the and how hard was it making changes earlier, given the number available these days?
Well, I think that we felt the team were playing well, so there's a risk that you feel the need to make changes and affect the game when, if the team are playing well, maybe you don't need to do too much. You know, all of the players that came into the game had a positive impact. It gave us the chance to have some freshness on the pitch, of course. And the opposition were constantly changing tactically, but we felt that the way we were dealing with that wasn't a huge problem. So sometimes it's bolder to do nothing, because the risk is if you don't do anything that it can go against you. But we were causing problems, we were creating chances, so we didn't see that problem within the game. Yeah, sorry, Rob, I've forgotten the rest of the question.
Sorry, it was just if you had a message to your players at all. Yeah, you managed to sort of gather them to give a big message.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had 2 minutes with them. They were all off doing interviews. A couple are in the drug testing. So, but we just said, look, they deserve this. You know, they've been fantastic as a group. The way they've supported each other right the way through this period. The guys that were with us in Middlesbrough, you know, Jesse, Prowsey, Ollie Watkins, Trent, you know, that they've all played a part in this, and they've been immense in their acceptance of the different roles and the moments to come in. We've got some stars who haven't had the amount of football they would want, you know, the likes of Marcus Rashford, who's just got on with things and accepted that at the moment he's had to wait and be patient. But we wouldn't have got to the point we've got to without that mentality of the whole group. And they can see what it's meant to the whole country tonight and what it's meant to the fans in the stadium. I've never known the new Wembley like this. So for all of them, you know, nights like tonight make it all worthwhile.
Okay, we have a bus to St George's Park to catch, so we'll have to finish with Theo Squires and Liverpool Echo.
Hi Gareth, congratulations. Jordan Pickford, he had a couple of shaky moments in that first half, not playing as well as we've seen throughout the tournament, but he did improve it after the break. So I was just wondering, did you say anything to him at all at half-time to prompt that turnaround from him?
No, that's down to him. I mean, we just talked to the whole group about avoiding the sorts of needless mistakes that created some tension in that first half. You know, we played some short passes. We were a little bit slow on some of the moments of transition where they were able to press us and win the ball back very quickly when we'd just won it. Yeah, most of the opportunities they had were in counter-attacks where we'd conceded the ball quite cheaply, really. So we did discuss that as a group, but you know, the players deserve the credit for reacting in the right way at the right moment.
Okay, guys, we'll conclude it there and we'll see you for the final. Thanks.
Thank you.